Well, we made it. It's day 9. We're going to put this whole lantern thing together. No more design space. We've done everything we possibly could use there. The only thing is you have everything saved in one file so you'll be able to go back to it. Big important thing, make sure you turn the eyeballs back on so that you have access to everything. So I'll just go into design space and I'll just show you what I mean here. Now this is what we worked on yesterday. I just grouped them. Now I could highlight them, but you can see we've got the group attached and a bunch of groups. So I'm just going to turn all of these back on and you have the entire project right here. Now you could name your group so you know exactly what is what. So for instance, this one, we know it is the other area. Let me just take a look here. So we have an attached, we have the lantern top. So you could name this lantern top, but if you open it up, you'll be able to see what you have here. And those groups, of course, you can duplicate, you can attach, you can combine them with anything with a right click here, but you will be able to open them up and see what the name of it is. So you can expand these, use them anytime. So that's just a little secret here. I'm just going to come up here and save it that I have opened it all up. So everything is on the screen. I now have my project available anytime I want it. And that's an important part. All right, time to go over to the demo table and start putting everything together. Now we're not going to use any more of this particular round item. We've got it all set here in the middle, so we'll get rid of that. Hopefully I won't need the clamps. I have our embellishments that are all over here, and I want to work on those first. I've used a couple of them on another project, but here's some with some berries here that we were going to use. Now I'm going to show you an easy way to make these berries work for you. So we can have red berries. Now this is just a bit of crepe paper that I had. I'm just going to rip off a little piece of it. And all I'm going to do here, and you can use it with regular cardstock as well, I'm just going to add a little glue in the middle. And what I'm going to do is just roll it up into a little ball. Get it as sticky and gooey as possible into a little ball. That's perfect. Just add a little more glue. This does dry clear. It's making a little glue ball here. So we have one ready to go, so we can decide where it's going to go. Let's make these ones, how about these ones red? Okay, so I'll just add a little glue here in the middle, and then I could probably make it a bit bigger, but you get the general idea where you are going to be adding a few of those. So I guess I'm going to have to add a couple more of those red ones. And it's easy enough to do. I mean, these are kind of a fun thing to do. I'm just using scrap crepe paper here, so let's just go ahead and grab some glue here, a little more here. It'll make a nice little berry. And this just adds to our decoration. So these are so easy to put together. I won't do any more of those ones, but this is just, you know, scrap crepe paper that I had. Now I also have, these are kind of a medium cardstock, so I don't like to lose pieces. So what I do is I just crunch these up. And, you know, a light cardstock would probably work a little better, but I don't like wasting paper, so let's just add a little glue here, see what we get. And of course you could dampen the paper as well to make it softer. So I'm just using glue. And they don't have to be perfectly round. Now I've got that fairly round, so let's add one here. Little stick out on the ends, perfect. So you can have a lot of fun making all kinds of little berries with anything you have. Now this is a medium cardstock. You could also use, you know, sort of a light cardstock. If you go through, you know, you can get the copy paper in different colors. That works extremely well. And you know, you can just play around with exactly, and just use your scraps. Don't worry about it. I've got a light cardstock here, and this one's a little green one. It's a little easier to work with. Now don't worry about it if I'm destroying my paper, because I'm just going to add glue. You could soak them in water, do exactly the same thing. Now this one is green, but you know, I used a fairly large piece here. I've just got the glue inside there, and all I'm doing is just making a little berry out of it. So I can have a green berry that's, you know, ready to come out. Just add some more glue here. And I could put a green berry up here. So it's just a matter of how you want to play with it. It just gives us a nice 3D dimension when you're doing some decoration. And of course, this is fairly flat. Now I have this. It looks pretty sturdy right now. It's not dry. I can still feel it here. So let's just move these to the side. What I want to do now is we want to make sure our lantern is square, and we have these tabs all set out to go ahead and glue. I'm going to have to put my hands down the inside to make sure they stay in place. Now I want it fairly square. Now the big trick is to put it into place and try to get it as centered as possible. I'm just holding it down with my fingers, checking on it straight. A little bit off, there we go. Now all I need to do is just reach in and push these down. Now this is going to be the platform where you're going to add the tea light down inside here. I'll just use my little cutie for now, and I'll stick my cutie in there. We'll pretend he's a tea light, and that will help. I can't move this right now just because it's gluing into place. And while that's drying, why don't we work on some of our embellishments? Now these embellishments become heavy when you add these. Let's see, I'm going to place, can you see this? I'm going to place this underneath. Let's get our cutie out of there. He's pretty heavy. All right, I'm just going to turn this to the side. Hopefully my top part won't move. We're going to attach our embellishments so that they come up as nice designs all the way up and through. So let's get some glue on the back side of these and see where they are going to be. Now it won't glue in all of these spots. However, I like to add a lot of glue when I'm first decorating. So we can start with this one and wrap it around. Just stick it into place. And of course I want to hold it into place, and I don't want anything else to come apart. So I'm just going to turn it up here. Don't worry if there's extra glue, because it does dry clear. Get it into place. Some of it you will leave open. Now we have these two cute little ones here. They're pretty heavy, so let's just add some glue to those. Let's turn that up. Probably want some of it to stick out as it goes through anyway. So that gives you an idea of something you can do. And of course I've got this yellow one. I'm just going to add some glue down the middle here. I will have it all over my hands, but that's okay. Just adding glue randomly here. Now I might want to add this one in place. Maybe I want it to come across the bottom. Just loosely place them. And as you can see, I've added another one in place here. And now I've got my top in place. And I've got a couple more we can do, but I'm not going to do that right now. Now our last decision here is the tea light will go inside. Now that's entirely up to you. If you want the roof to be stuck on, then you won't be able to get to your tea light. Or you can just simply place the roof on and you have your entire project. Now this is going to have to turn it to the side. So this would be your entire project, and it'll of course sit on top of your mantelpiece. It will, you know, just be it's just adorable. Now, as I mentioned before, I shouldn't be moving this around when it's not glued. You can adhere one of these so that it will be a hinge and you won't lose the top. So let's just add a little glue here. And what I will do is just place it here. Just make sure it's placed where we want it. And I'm just going to hold it with my fingers because I've got to get inside here and make sure that it attaches. It's really hard to do. Okay. I'll just make sure it fits. And there we go. We have a most gorgeous. Now this is not quite sitting where I want it yet, so I will just move it a little bit. There we go. Now that is the roof on top, and remember you can put a ring here as well if you want it to hang up, but then you would have to glue all the sides if you wanted it to be hung up that way. And I'm just going to turn it to the side. It is still drying, so I don't want to really move it that much. But here is our lantern. It is so adorable and so cute, and I hope you had a lot of fun with this Epilog project. Make sure you join us. Join the Creative Crafters Club. It is hub.creativecraftersclub.com. We do tons of stuff like this. We have a lot of fun, and every single event that we put on, you get as part of your membership. So I will see you on the other side.